Most beginners get confused when they hear the word support and resistance. But trust me, it's not that complicated at all. Think about it like your house now. You have your floor and you have your ceiling. Price does the same thing. So for support is just like your floor. Whenever price drops, you usually find an area under your floor where buyers step in. That's support. And on the other hand, resistance is like your ceiling. When price goes up, it usually reaches the level, it usually reaches the point where sellers will start pushing the price back down. You start pushing the price back down. And that's what support and resistance is basically. Um, Let me use this analogy, something that maybe you understand better. Imagine you have a bouncing ball now in your hand and you bounce that ball. Every time you bounce the ball on the floor, it bounces up. Every time that ball bounces on the floor, it goes up. That is basically support. And every time that ball reaches the ceiling, it hits the ceiling, it will come down. That is basically resistance. It's so simple, right? Like, it's very easy. Let me not talk too much. Let me just hop in the chat and show you what I mean. So right here, you can see that how these levels mark support and resistance. Let's start with support. At any point in time in your market, every support can be a resistance. Every resistance can be a support. Basically meaning every support is a resistance and every resistance is a support. If you look here now, talking about support, we're looking for an area where the market has bounced from the ground to go up. And if you look here, look at this point here, the market came up, got this support, and bounced up. Let's look for another example. If you look here, the market touched this support, bounced up. The market came down to the support, bounced up. The market came down to the support, bounced up. Let's look for the market came down to the support, bounced up. The market came down and gave us a reaction. That is how we consider support and resistance. When the market has gotten to previously. So at the end of the day, the market data, what this data that we have, this candlestick that we have on our chart, is the market telling us a story of what has happened. And we have to just look at the story and interpret the story in order for us to know what can potentially happen in the future. And another thing that you have to know is that for a support or a resistance to be considered a valid support and resistance, that resistance or support must have been used multiple times. That means the market has gotten to that point multiple times and there is a reaction from that point. Let's look at it again. The market came to this area, the reaction pushed to the upside. The market came here again, reaction pushed to the upside. The market came here again, reaction pushed to the upside. The market came here again, reaction to the upside. Market came here, reaction to the upside. That is basically what we mean by support. And in the other hand, resistance. As you can see, as the market has pushed up, the market got to an area where the sellers start to push the price back down. That is what we call resistance in Forex, your ceiling, basically. And if you look at this resistance that we have here, you can see that this resistance has been tested multiple times. Remember what I said, For a support or a resistance to be considered valid, the market must have tested that point multiple times. Don't forget, the market should have tested that point multiple times. And in this resistance now, let's look here. You can see that the market came here, gave us a reaction, came back again, gave us a reaction to the downside. Look here, the market came up, gave us a reaction, came up, gave us a reaction, came up, gave us a reaction. You can see that this resistance is a very, very strong resistance, because you see that the market is coming to that point and it's not breaking it, it's not going above it, it's not closing, it's not giving us indications that it's going up. It indicates that, oh, this resistance is a very strong resistance. That's why I say the market must have tested that resistance multiple times. If the market tests it once, you cannot consider it valid. You don't understand? Let's continue. As you can see, the market has tested this point multiple times. And every time the market came to this resistance point, you can see that it is a drop, came back to the resistance, there's a drop, came to this resistance, there's a drop, came to this resistance, there's a drop, and so on and so forth. Another thing I want to point out, but let me use here as an example. Every support was one resistance, and every resistance was one support, or it's going to be a support, or it's going to be a resistance. Every support is going to be a resistance, every resistance is going to be a support. That's how we follow the market. So let's look here now. Previously, this is our current support that we have here. If you look at this point, you see that the market was here. It rejected here to the downside. It came up, bounced, came up, bounced. Which means this support that we have here, that we use here, was once a resistance at some point. Once the market breaks above it and test it again, that's when we consider it a support again. Now look at this second example. We have this resistance here where the market has gotten to multiple times and rejected from. But if you look here now, you see that the market broke above it, came back to it, making it a new support. And you see when the market got here, you see the move. It went up straight. Let me use here again, tell another example. We had this support tested multiple times. We had this resistance that we tested multiple times. I said the market broke above it, tested it, and gave us a reaction. The market came back down, gave us a reaction. So what I'm saying is that always have an open mind when you put the chart. Don't say because the market broke above the resistance, that means the resistance does not have any use again. Yes, the market just invalidated that resistance, but at the same time, that resistance is also now a new support. Always remember, once your support or resistance has been invalidated, it has converted to either a support or a resistance again. It will always convert to a support or a resistance. Every point in the market is important. That's what you have to know. So let me show you guys how I got this support and resistance. When you're looking for your support and resistance, personally, I don't advise you to start doing one complicated thing. Just carry your line and drop it on your chart. Drop it anywhere on your chart. It doesn't have to be. Drop it anywhere on your chart. Then look for, okay, where am I interested in? Like, let's start from this low here. Let's start from this low here. You're looking at the Mercedes recent market data, and you're looking at, where can I get the closest support or resistance that I can use? Then you start going up. And you notice this point here. You notice that the market has tested this point multiple times. See, previously was used as a resistance, previously was used as a support, previously was used as a resistance, previously was used as support, 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 support. So we can consider this a valid support or resistance. Continue. Drop your line again. Look for the next area where you can see that market got to and they reacted beautifully. And you can see this point here. For me, if you look, market came up, resistance, 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 resistance. Very beautiful resistance, multiple touches. If I'm emphasizing on multiple touches, if you have a resistance that only has two touches on it, it is not considered a valid resistance. Hope you understand. Every resistance must have two, let's just say two, three or more touches. Every support must have three or more touches. And if you go back, you see that very valid resistance and support which we have here. Using recent market data can be very tricky. I mean, let's not get into that. This is a beginner kind of video, so let's not get deeply into support and resistance. But as you can see, we have this support and resistance here. I hope so. I explained this like to my best ability, and I hope you get value from it. And if you really enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, a comment, just support basically. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.